time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser. And joining me today is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
And Big Johnny D, the Fluff Master Supreme.
What's up, Gorehouse?
Today is May 31st, 2021, and we got a doozy of an episode for you today. And Bobby will be joining us later, so stay tuned for that. But first, you know what time it is. It's time for your Slice of Life. Big Johnny D, what did you do?
Oh, man, what did I do? Well, I enjoyed a 3-day weekend. I'm going to say, let's think of it. Obviously, it's Memorial Day, so I think we should all give a second of silence to all of our fallen veterans that could not make it home. Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I did the bullshit normal homeowner crap. The wife and I, we went to Depot today, spent over 200 fucking bucks.
So what, you bought a 2x4?
Yeah, 2x4 and one fucking sheet of plywood. No, we actually bought some pots and we got some flowers and shit, and we did some landscaping up in the front after the other landscaping from the other week because she was looking a little naked, so we had to spruce her up a little bit, make her a little colorful. So we did that, and I went to a little carnival over the weekend with my daughter and my friends and their daughters, and it was fun. Got some sweet fair food. I can't believe I've never tried them up to this point, dude, but I got to try deep fried Oreos. They're fucking phenomenal, dude. Delicious.
Whatever you do, stay away from deep fried Twinkies.
They had those too, and I was really considering.
Do not get them. They're
Why?
horrible.
Really?
Because the Twinkie just absorbs so much grease. It gets so heavy. If you can eat a whole thing, I'll be surprised.
Okay, but you like Twinkies nonetheless, though, correct?
I do.
Okay, that's fair. So, funny enough, my buddy who was like screaming for Oreos all day, he's like, I want Oreos. Like, whatever. So he finally goes to get them, and he fucking comes back and it's got this red shit on it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that, dude? And he's like, strawberry shortcake. And I was like, you wanted the fucking Oreos. What the hell? But no, they had the Little Debbie strawberry shortcakes. They deep fried them fuckers too. I'm not a fan of TJ. All right, I feel I'm not a fan of those myself. So I was like, oh, that doesn't do anything for me, but nonetheless, no, man. And the funny part is, there was this other place they were serving. You got tenders and fries for the kiddo.
Tenders and fries.
All little kids are chicken tender connoisseurs at any restaurant, dude. They'll tell you where their favorite chicken tenders or whatever for their favorite restaurant is because they have the best tenders. But this place, they serve their food in like a cardboard plate dog bowl. I don't know why. I couldn't understand it. I have so many more questions of what company even makes these fucking things and what's the purpose of them. But everybody's like, it's just a bowl. I'm like, no. It's literally shaped like a dog bowl. So it has the curvature that goes up and then it goes into the bowl form. And here's your fries and tenders. And I'm like, now this was a cosplay event and I saw an anime kid with this at first. So I figured maybe it was just something to go with his costume. I don't fucking know. Maybe he put his food in his dog bowl because that's what he does. But then the dude hands it to me. I was like, oh,
That's just what he does, he says.
Listen, dude, I don't question when I see anime characters in cosplay because there's a lot of shit. I don't fucking know what the hell's going on. And I'm like,
Same, buddy. Same.
all right, I'm just going to take it.
Here's what I know about anime. Dragon Ball. That's it. Dragon Ball Voltron.
I mean, and that's, yeah. I'm not much deeper than that, but I got a few under the
If you want to know about anime, listen to our resident weeb. Cameron!
You're right, dude. Cameron can help us out in this department. But other than that,
Both Camerons.
That's fair enough. I gotta speak to Lee actually on that one because I don't know if he's played since the new update on Power Rangers, but holy shit.
We're getting an ultimate edition of that.
Power Rangers, it's already out.
No, like Power Rangers, like with all the DLC.
It's already out.
Oh, it is out?
Yeah, there's 2 super versions that came out with the new update. And let me just say, and I'm not trying to take up more of this, like completely the slice of life, but the update in that game, if you fellas have not played it, they just fucking turn the computer up like 100. I'm playing on normal and the computer is spanking me, dude, with like 28 hit combos and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. It's almost like, it's a little upsetting, dude. I was getting really pissed playing it the other day. I was like, holy shit, this is making you fucking like sweaty hands right off the bat, dude. Second round in.
See, he thought he was playing the computer. He's actually playing Noob Master 69.
I might be. Dude, ever since they put it was the Street Fighter update though. They updated the game and it's just, so now the CPU actually uses way more of the combos and the switch outs. And like, I totally forgot you could actually punch a fucking character out and make them actually switch. Now it does that like every fucking chance it can get. It's ridiculous, dude. So yeah, I've been playing Power Rangers. Obviously. Other than that, man, I am ready to talk about this movie. I got to enjoy it. It's been a long time. But sweet. Chadwick, how have you been, brother? Busy.
Worked a lot of hours last week. I unfortunately couldn't make it on Monday's show because probably about 2 hours before the end of my shift, I got a text from the wife saying, hey, my mom can't watch the kids. You're going to have to stay home and watch them. I'm really sorry. You're going to have to find somebody to fill in for you. Because she had jury duty.
Scuba Steve.
Yeah, so my first thought was, cool, we'll get Scuba Steve to do it. So got him all set up. Sitting here at home, 5 o'clock, I get a call from the wife. She's like, hey, you can come pick me up, and you can probably make it to the podcast. I was like, well, you know what? I could come pick you up, rush home, make it home to the podcast just barely in time. Or since Scuba Steve already took the extra effort to get all set up, watch the movie and everything, I'll just let him do it. So unfortunately, I didn't get to make it because of that. But Scuba Steve's a very good fill-in, so I didn't mind. I don't know. He's always fun to have on the show, so I know you guys didn't mind.
Yes, Scuba's always a treat. And once again, thank you for doing that, buddy.
And unfortunately, unlike you guys, I got screwed out of a 3-day weekend. I had to work yesterday.
That sucks, dude.
Yes. And TJ is kind of part of the reason for that. One of the orders was for Butler.
Yeah. Keeping you in business, buddy.
Yeah. It was not fun because it was basically just me and one other person from my department. And then a shit ton of help from the other departments came in and helped us. So I was on my feet all day yesterday. But thankfully, it was only an 8-hour shift versus 10 to 12 hours the rest of the week.
That sucks, dude.
But aside from that, let's see. I gave up playing Dying Light. It got kind of boring.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah, because all you do is just you run around, you pick up different melee weapons and fight with that. And if it's parkour. But if you're lucky, you'll find a gun. It just gets boring. So I turned that off and started playing Days Gone instead, which is a much better zombie game.
Ooh, I actually have that, and I have really not dipped that much more than a toe in, but it is a fun game.
It is very fun. I really enjoy it.
No parkour. Lots of motorcycling.
Yeah, lots of motorcycling.
Sons of Anarchy with zombies.
It's Red Dead Redemption 2 with Sons of Anarchy and zombies.
With a little bit of Last of Us thrown in.
Yeah.
Because you do find a kid and you have to help her.
Yeah. It's a good game, man. And dude, watching that shit on the upscaled for PS5, that shit's money, dude. Sony always knows what they're doing with their exclusives for sure.
They do.
So
it's a pretty fun game. And nice, aside from that, just watch this movie today for the first time in a long time. I actually forgot how much I enjoyed this movie.
It is a fun one.
Oh, and don't let the wife know, but I did order the Scream Factory immediately after I finished watching this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's only like $20. It's only $20. Oh, and what else did you get, Chad?
Actually, it's $17.99. And I was getting to that. I took advantage of the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale, and I bought Beastmaster.
Ooh, nice, dude.
Classic.
Is it 1 and 2, or is it just the first?
Just the first. But it's not their deluxe. That's not their full deluxe with the book. They're sold out of that, unfortunately. So I had to settle for just the regular standard. But it's still a pretty nice setup. Hopefully Hopefully the wife doesn't mind. I think she'll watch it. She'll enjoy it. Because after all, HBO stands for, hey, Beastmaster's on.
Are those ferrets?
I like that, dude. What the fuck?
I can't take credit for that. I stole that from Dennis Miller.
I don't care. I still like it. Never heard it.
Back in the
That's
80s,
awesome.
that movie was like constantly on HBO.
Included in that release is a new documentary
Oh, really?
about Beastmaster. Yeah, it's awesome. I watched it the other day. I got that edition Chad was talking about, the VSU version. Yeah, it's super premium.
Yo, the new Land of the Dead you picked up, is there anything new on that?
Oh, there's a lot of extras that are new on it.
Nice.
A lot of, interviews, retrospects, things like that.
Sweet.
And it's a 2-disc set, so it has both the theatrical and the unrated cut.
And it features Dream of the Dead.
Does it?
Yes.
Dream of the Dead.
Directed by...
So I got a question. If we can all do this really quick. But it does kind of fit. Watching this movie, watching the documentary with Romero in it, dude, and just seeing his fucking lovable face.
Which documentary?
The one that happened to be on the DVD, the movie that we watched for Land of the Dead.
Which one's on that?
It was just a snippet. Undead Again, the making of Land of the Dead.
Okay.
Is there any way that we could ever, and maybe this would be like more joints and joysticks, but we should review Call of the Dead.
Okay.
Did you ever play that?
Mm-mm.
That was actually where you play as Danny Trejo.
You know what else
Robert
we can
Englund.
play?
Well, there's that.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about that. That's why because of that trailer is why I was like, oh, wait a minute, there is another Romero game. I was like, Call of Duty, Call of the Dead, dude. Like, oh, fuck yeah. But yeah, George Romero, you fight 7-foot George Romero amongst Nazi zombies, dude. And he's the ultimate zombie. And he swings at you with an electrified camera or electrified studio light.
Nice.
And he's unkillable. Like, you can like get him to a point where he resets, but he's always like a nonstop juggernaut. And you, like I said, you play as Robert Englund, Danny Trejo, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Michael Rooker. And
I'd have to call dibs on the Rook. I'd have to be the Rook.
I always go with Trejo myself, but obviously,
Both fine choices.
yeah. But continue on, gentlemen.
That's about all I got. TJ, how about you, brother?
Well, you know how it is. Breaking hearts and podcast charts. I finally exited the iTunes top 250 there on the film interviews last Thursday. And I do want to say thank you to a very, very successful May. I hear an echo for some reason. To all you Project Louder guys out there. Yeah, I don't know who that's coming from. I think it's coming from John. And no, Echo. That was coming from Chad. Okay. So anyway, yeah. Where was I?
iPod. iPod. She's fucking crazy. iCharts there.
Yes.
iTunes.
Rants in the Black Lodge finally got up on the iTunes charts this week as well. So shout out to our very own Brandon Lane over at projectlouder.net. Congratulations, buddy. You fucking deserve it. Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Got some films on the Vinegar Syndrome sale as well. Immediately picked up the recently announced Scanner Cop 1 and 2 4K box set. When I say I screamed like a little girl upon that announcement, I literally screamed like a little girl and then bought that along with Six String Samurai. That's their second VSU title, so I'll get that magnetic slipcover. Oh, baby. It's so fine. I also got All American Massacre, which is like a giallo slasher hybrid film featuring the one and only Christopher Walken. Watch where you're walking. And then also Kevin Tenney's The Cellar. You might know him. He also directed Night of the Demons.
I almost picked that one up.
Yeah.
It was either that or Beastmaster, but I kept going back to Beastmaster, so I had to pick that.
Beastmaster.
And then I guess Arrow announced their August releases, and I do just want to do a quick little thing here. Your Sergio Martino collection is a quick cash grab, and nobody fucking likes Dune unless you like David Lynch. It's discount Star Wars. Anyway, moving on from that,
It's not even the extended. It's not even the extended cut of Dune. It's just the regular boring ass theatrical version.
and they have 4 different art versions of it. Nah, dog, not for me. Not gonna buy anything in August. But anyway, I did watch a really cool film yesterday called The Perfume of the Lady in Black from 1974, and that is an absolutely fantastic, like this weird nightmarish giallo film. It has an intense feeling of paranoia and like this nightmarish atmospheric thing. It's going on. It's really rad. I watched it on Amazon. It's like a $2 rent. It's awesome. If you like thriller films, watch it, because the ending will blow you the fuck away. You are not expecting anything that's going to happen the last 30 minutes. It completely takes anything or any semblance of logic and just shoves it right up your asshole. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. And then, of course, we released Lights, Camera, Exploitation Season 2 premiere, and we did 1966's Blow Up from director Michelangelo Antonioni, and that is available now on projectlouder.net or anywhere else that you listen to podcast content. So moving on with this week's review of 2005's Land of the Dead, directed by George A. Romero, written by George A. Romero, produced by Mark Canton, Bertie Goldman, and Peter Grunwald, starring Simon Baker as Riley Denbo, John Leguizamo as Cholo de Mora, Dennis Hopper as Paul Kaufman, Osio Argento as Slack, Robert Joy as Charlie Hook, Eugene Clark as Big Daddy Zombie. You see that guy everywhere. Joanne Boland as Pretty Boy, Tony Napo as Foxy, Jennifer Baxter as Number 9 Zombie, Boyd Banks as Butcher Zombie, Jasmine Guiljo as Tambourine Man Zombie, and Maxwell McCabe Locos as Mouse. Music by Reinhold Heel and Johnny Climax. Cinematography by Miroslav Bazek. What the fuck is this? What are you trying to throw at me here?
That's a very Russian name. That's all I can say.
Coleslaw Bazek.
Yes.
Coleslaw.
Edited by Michael Dougherty. Distributed by Universal Pictures. Released June 18th, 2005. Runtime of 97 minutos. Budget $15 million. Grossed $46.8 million.
Wow.
Not bad.
Damn. I was not expecting those numbers. Oh, Mr. Ramone. What's up, buddy?
Traffic. I just wanted to get home, so that's why you didn't hear from me on my way home. I'm here.
Welcome aboard, brother.
Yeah, so we're about to do Chad's catchphrase. So, Chad,
Why don't we do Bobby's quick slice of life and then we'll do that?
where were you?
I was at a barbecue for Memorial Day because it got switched from yesterday due to rain to today. So that's why I'm late, everybody. Sorry.
Bobby was getting his meat on.
And then it was just a chill weekend. I was with my girlfriend, and then we went and saw A Quiet Place 2 on Saturday. Go see it. It was actually really good. They did really well with it. But the only thing I can say is they should have buttoned it up with this movie. They left it open-ended. And I'm not releasing anything, but it didn't make sense at the time.
Money.
Sport. Well, yeah. Well, listen. This is that one. This is that one franchise where it's like, really,
Money.
It doesn't need it. But that's my slice of life. Everything's good at the moment. But now I'm here with you boys. So, Chad, I need to hear you say the words.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, baby.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
The unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
We don't know how many of them there are.
Do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
We don't really know.
Toward the city.
There's nothing there, man. They're communicating. They're thinking.
George A. Romero's Land of the Dead.
Zombies, man.
It creeped me out.
What the fuck was that, dude? Resident Evil fucking soundtrack over Land of the Dead fucking footage. That shit was throwing me off.
I hated that preview. That is a very early 2000s preview. That just got under my skin.
Fucking garbage.
It doesn't really do it justice.
If I wasn't even looking at it, and I just heard the da-da-da-da-da. I was like, wait a minute. Resident Evil? No.
Horrible preview, actually.
Don't steal music from other zombie franchises, dude. Like, fuck.
That being said, it was a pretty fun movie. And by the way, apparently my internet stroked out during that, which makes no sense because I'm the only person here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
So nobody's
ghost in the line.
Uh-oh. Mary Lou's back.
Wait, is it all that porn?
Yeah, it is.
Lots of it.
That's why you got to clear that history before we go live.
Ooh, baby.
Well, the funny thing, I use Chrome for this and only this.
Oh.
The other thing Chrome gets used for is my daughter's online school, but they've been done with that for like 2 weeks, so I have no idea.
Your kid's school is already done?
Online, yeah, their online school was done because they were that far ahead.
What the fuck,
wow,
dude?
Shit, I didn't realize. Well, no, then again, I don't have kids,
dude. My kid's going to the 22nd. It's fucking retarded.
Of June?
Yeah.
No, that's fucking ridiculous.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, not to go in. All right, that's parent gripe. Fuck that shit. Let's not go.
I was gonna say, like,
that's a whole different podcast right there, dude.
I'd be the only one who can't relate. I'd be like, I don't know what's going on.
Bobby, when you start bitching about your school district, you'll understand, dude.
That's true.
Oh, fuck. So, anyways, what a fun movie this was.
Yes, it was.
Who wants to read the plot?
I'll do it if you want.
Okay.
Let me pull it up for you. And here we go. Legendary filmmaker George A. Romero returns to unleash another chapter in his zombie series. In this new tale of terror, Romero creates a harrowing vision of modern-day world where the walking dead roam a vast, uninhabited wasteland and the living to try to lead normal lives behind the walls of a fortified city. A new society has been built by hand of ruthless opportunists who live in luxury in the towers of a skyscraper, high above the less fortunate citizens who must eke out a hard life on the streets below. With the survival of the city at stake, a group of mercenaries is called into action to protect the living from the evolving army of the dead waiting outside the city walls.
Dun, dun, dun.
This was my second viewing of this movie, and it's so much fun.
It's all right. Like I was saying to you boys before we went live, it's a fun movie. You can definitely see Romero's style in it, but it definitely feels like it just does not fit in the Romero series per se.
Again, it's because of the high budget.
Yeah, like
he was able to afford Dennis Hopper, for God's sake.
Right, dude.
It's been a while since I've watched this, and I watch it, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot he's in this.
Dude.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I could have sworn Thomas Jane was in this instead of the other guy. For some reason, in my mind, I remember Thomas Jane being in it.
As the main guy?
As the main guy. I don't know why.
I mean, I don't know the guy who played the main guy here. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else personally.
Me neither.
Wait, you mean the blonde haired guy? Or
yeah.
He's been in
Riley, right? Yeah, Riley.
Yeah, he was. I can't think of him. The movie. It was another horror movie. I think it was one of those like sci-fi ones. So I've seen him before, but that movie, and I think a TV show.
All right.
Must have mostly been because this came out around the same time as Punisher.
Simon Baker.
No, this was a great movie, dude. Like it was cheese.
Yeah.
It was 2000s cheese, which is a different kind of cheese. TJ likes to call it, what was that, buddy? In the dawn of the darkening.
The darkening. Yes. This is prime darkening. You can tell because of how dark it is.
So in other words, you're telling me that this movie is the Famunda cheese.
Oh, it's filthy dark. Fucking Night of the Living Dead's in black and white, and it's not as dark as this fucking thing. So.
That's saying something.
You know what? That needs to be.
You
If
can
there was
see
just a-
more in the caves and Day of the Dead than you can see in this whole fucking film.
And that was dark as fuck.
Exactly.
TJ had a one-line review. I feel like that would have to be it. The first one was black and white and still wasn't as dark as this motherfucker.
Turn on the goddamn lights.
That's saying something.
Right. Like, come on, man. Savini did it in the 90s for us. What the fuck happened here, dude? Like,
I don't know.
you know,
I do. You know, I like this movie, but for me, I guess I wouldn't. I mean, yes, it's part of his series, but I consider it one that's like not just because of how
Too much money.
shaped out. Yeah, it's weird when you get someone who is so great at movies, he gives like basically too much money, and it's like,
well, sometimes that's what you don't have to stretch your imagination at that point because it's just, you know what I mean? You can just do whatever you want to do. Whereas like if you're put in that box, you're really like constrained, like, okay, this is what I got to do to fit it here. And sometimes like reconstructing everything like that will make it that, you know, that much better.
Yeah.
TJ, which version did you watch, buddy?
Open matte theatrical.
Okay, the theatrical is darker than the unrated cut because they darkened it to hide a lot of the blood so they could get it released with an R rating.
Well, filmmaker mode of my television brightened that fucker right back up again because it was actually brighter and cleaner than the fucking uncut director's cut I had. I have two files back to back, and I started them up because I wanted to see how different the open matte was than the actual fucking stupid box thing. And I was like,
I know exactly what you're talking.
Stupid box thing.
And then I saw comparison photos and I was like, wow, you can really see a lot more. And then I saw I was like, well, if we're going to watch a darkening film, I'm going to watch whatever one's the brightest. And it just so happened that open matte theatrical one on my TV with the settings I have was bright as fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chad and I got to enjoy a little bit of that.
Old school unrated DVD, yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw mine on demand.
You're fucking on demand.
Still picking up an echo. Is there any way I'm playing through speakers at all?
No,
It shouldn't be.
I don't have anything on.
and I got nothing on here.
Everybody take your headphones off and see if we can hear me. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 stream test.
You're coming out of this.
Okay, because I can still hear an echo of my voice whenever I speak. It's weird. It's very weird.
Much like everything else in life.
Yeah. So Dennis Hopper, he
plays a good
interesting in this.
douchebag.
Yeah. He was definitely I would have to say he's I mean, shit, I think it even Romero even said it, but he was his take on the Bush administration in one character, essentially. That's what he was trying to do. And obviously we all know Romero likes to go the activist route and the politicalness.
Okay. You okay. Let's compare this film to the Bush administration then.
Okay.
Let's compare it to the crazy amount of spending because of the war. Okay, now compare that to the crazy amount of spending because of this movie. Let's compare just the way that
hold on, my
Bobby's cameras.
with me.
Oh, I was like, we lost Bob.
I'm still here. My cameras.
He's still here.
That's what happened to me. I meant to unplug my microphone and unplug my camera.
Just the way that he shows, I guess we're skipping ahead, but just the way that he shows the upper echelon of people and how the higher class is almost kept away from everybody else.
Right.
And
So they can enjoy,
these leaders are almost in a tier, almost in a like a league of their own. There's definitely an established hierarchy, and they're quarantined off from the other people. So definitely his take on the Bush administration. I can definitely see the parallels in between here. I mean, you can draw the parallels that both of them spent a lot of money during this time, and they did.
It was, and I don't think obviously he wasn't like specifically. There was actually a character he was supposed to specifically be portraying more so than anybody else, and it starts with an A. Chad, do you have any idea what I'm talking about by chance?
I do. I saw it and I skipped over it when I did my notes. I don't remember exactly who it was though.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad important. It's just it was. It's funny, dude. In this, they were talking to Hopper, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We were talking." He's like, "I was talking to Romero, and Romero was talking about." He's like, "Yeah, we mostly talked about the '60s, and they mentioned Easy Rider, by the way, buddy." Because he's like, Easy Rider came out right before his other film, and blah blah blah. So I'm assuming they were having nice drug time talks.
Probably.
Hey man, it was the '60s.
There we go.
Hey, Bob's back.
Sorry, my camera.
Can't hear him though.
What's up?
I can
hear him.
Oh, I can't hear him.
He's not coming in for you? Oh,
no.
I can hear you guys.
I don't even have a bar for him. Hold on.
Oh, there. Whoa, hey.
Yep, I can't hear Bobby.
Bobby's here.
I'm still here.
Oh, I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him clear as day.
Yeah, while he refreshes, I mean.
That's all well and good, boys.
Yeah!
He's cutting in.
Snip, fucking snip.
It was I, your DKB here, back for another episode of Gore N More. And this week I'm here to talk to you about George A. Romero's Land of the Dead. Now, Land of the Dead is one of those horror films that never really struck me to go out and watch in a hurry. I used to see it on the shelves. I heard mixed things about it. But I love his previous work. But by the time the end credits were rolling with this film, I was actually happy with what we got. I mean, it's a fun action, fast-paced horror thrill ride. I mean, what more could you want for that? But what I really like about this film is how he elaborates on the premise of these zombies and what they've become. They're a bit more self-aware, self-conscious in themselves, and they're sort of picking up the pieces of what they once used to be. And I think that's pretty cool. I mean, we got that at the end of Day of the Dead with Bud. So it's kind of cool that he brings that over to this, this film. Yeah, the acting in this film, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, it is a little bit cheesy in some scenes, but I love cheesy. I mean, who doesn't? It's fucking fun. It's what makes a movie fun. I mean, the practical effects in this film are fucking great. The makeup on the zombies look fucking fantastic. The zombies themselves are fucking top notch. Sort of, but yeah, I really like the cameo of Tom Savini in this. I thought that was a cool little nod to him. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Dennis Hopper. Now, this is one thing that I didn't really like about the film, and I just wish we had got a bit more Dennis Hopper in this, because he really does play a fucking fantastic villain in pretty much all of his films. I mean, he's like the go-to villain guy if you want to cast a villain. And I just kind of felt that he was sort of cheated out in this film, but we didn't get to see much of him. He didn't really do the role justice, and I think if we had got a little bit more of him, I honestly think, you know, him dying at the end would have been a bit more of a better payoff in that sense. Yeah, very fun film, and if you haven't seen it, I actually recommend you go out and watch it, because it still is a part of the Romero zombie saga. So yeah, very fun film. So this week I'm going to give it a Gore N More score of, I'm going to give it a 3.7. I'll give it a 3.7 this week. But yeah, so this is your DKB signing out. Have a great fucking evening there, boys. And I shall catch you next week. This is your DKB signing out. Cheers.
Yeah. Love that 70s porn music.
I was just about to say, I love that 70s porn music he's got playing.
LCE ends with jazz music, so.
And this one, he has 70s porn music with his beard. It's perfect.
You ever watch a Vinegar Syndrome movie? Ever?
Not recently, no.
You know, do you even own a Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray?
I wanted to get one, but then it never came through.
That's what. They have their opening title has porn music over a lady in a stocking.
Now would be the time to go shopping, Bobby, while the halfway to Black Friday sale is live.
Oh, don't you worry. This week I'm going to be dropping more money. You didn't hear that.
If it's still live. Severance sale's coming up, so I have money for that next month.
I will be buying.
Chad, Zombie 3 and 4. Fulci did 3, so, and it has the flying head.
Yeah,
So-
but he was like, wasn't he like practically on his deathbed half the time he was filming it?
He claims he did 75% of the film.
75% is still pretty good on a deathbed.
Okay, so for anybody listening live at the halfway to Black Friday, it says now through Monday. So I don't know if that's actually today
Yes.
or next
Yes.
Monday, but if it's
No,
today,
it's today.
it's till 11:59 p.m.
Yes.
Oh, I'm still going to buy some.
Eastern Standard Time.
Scanner Cup. For days.
There's a lot
Anyway.
a lot of good titles.
Lots. Okay, boys.
So, we still discussing, or are we behind?
Yeah, we haven't really discussed it much because we kind of got a little sidebar. So, like I said, I actually was one of the lucky few to have seen this in the theater when it first came out.
Nice, dude.
It was a really fun experience.
I was gonna say, what was your take on that?
I loved it. I loved it when I saw it in the theater. I still love it now. I mean, it's just one of those dumb, fun movies you can just throw on and just kind of, not really think about it too hard. Just enjoy it.
Correct. Like we mentioned, and Brody, the cheese.
Yes.
Thick nacho cheese.
Year before this,
cheese.
we got Zack Snyder's film, didn't we?
Yes, we did. That's actually the success of the Dawn of the Dead remake is what led the green light to this.
Oh,
there you go.
Interesting.
I was just going to say, did Bobby freeze or am I seeing things?
His internet's completely fried. Anyway, this film was initially released. My father having a lot of hype for it, and then him going to see it and then telling me it was good, and then us finally getting it. I didn't like it as much as Dawn of the Dead at the time. Nostalgia eyes. I only really knew the Zack Snyder 04 remake. So hold on. Anyway, it's a Diet Pepsi burp. Yeah.
Bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly there. But anyway, yeah,
I just pronounced buble. Thank you.
Buble.
My buble.
Buble
Yeah.
bounce.
But now looking through it in a more mature lens, a more filmmaker appreciation. This film's pretty cool. I say that opening shot, that pan where we first get introduced to the main zombies, you want to say, is just fucking super cool. It is so fucking scary. Some of the sets we get, only because it's Pittsburgh, and I know where some of these places are.
Okay, I want to talk about one quick scene in the movie that ever since the first time I saw it, it just kind of pissed me off because it's so out of place and so unnecessary. Okay, so when the zombies finally make it into the city, and it just shows, different little people doing their thing. And right before they attack, it shows 2 girls making out. And that just always seemed kind of out of place and unnecessary.
It's
like it was
bro.
just gratuitous. It didn't need to be there.
It's 2000s. That's all.
Pretty much.
2001 to 2010, I would say, it definitely darkening time. There was, some could argue even Bush era-esque. There was just that like kind of almost douchebaggery kind of like Van Wilder way of life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not saying anything against it because I was all for it at the time being. Collars popped and all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
But like I said, it just doesn't feel necessary to the plot. It didn't set anything up. It was literally just, hey, I'm going to have I shot up 2 girls making out because I can. It was very gratuitous and didn't serve any purpose.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It wasn't anything that I guess I looked into that much, but
it's because we didn't question.
It's a horror film. Has exploitative elements. Good for them. Continuing.
I mean, we got some nice titty shots during the whole like Sin City pan shot and of when we got.
Okay, and that's exactly why I'd rather be living on the lower levels than the upper levels.
Right, that seems way more like filth and fun, dude.
Yeah, that's more like my kind of fun versus sitting there sipping a martini.
Yeah, getting filthy while having fun.
Yeah,
baby.
Like sipping. It was a martini, dude. They were. I don't know what
the
on
fuck
a lot of different shit. Yeah, but the whole like mall life, like just trying to continue that shit on. Like, nope, dude, that shit's over. You know what I mean? Society's done with that shit. Fuck it. You're in the era of zombies, man. Like,
yeah, I think I've played like Fallout and shit like that too often, where I'd feel more at home down there with the dirty aspect of it, I guess.
I wouldn't be in the high society. I'd be up there and be like, this shit sucks.
What a concept of zombie fights, though.
Yo, that's I wanted that for our apocalypse last year.
I wish they showed that, like, them do a chicken or a dog or something like they said originally before they actually brought her in, like, just to make it more like fucking that much more menacing. But
yeah, but dropping the daughter of Dario Argento in with a bunch of zombies is pretty cool.
Well, no. I'm saying, like, you could have had like the end of them, like one of them getting the chicken, and then like having her getting thrown in for the next round.
Yeah,
but yeah, she fills out them fishnets pretty nice, I gotta say.
Yes, she did.
Give me a minute.
So,
I still want to know if she's had work done, because she looks so different now.
Well, she ages like a fine wine. I can tell you, I caught at least 5 kisses during this film, and I'm drained.
Changed my shorts.
You sure it's not a
I mean, anything
whiskey?
with Asia just gets the old engine going. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chad,
you're too old for her.
Clearly. Anyway, that's a little pre-show talk there. Yeah, we're not going to talk anything bad about Miss Argento right now.
All right, so let's say we peek behind the curtain, gentlemen.
Please.
All right, so this is partially based on the original, much longer script for Day of the Dead.
I can
As to what that entails, I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing with the whole zombies evolving and getting some sort of awareness back is a big part of that.
And not just on the use of guns, but just anything in general, like.
Right. At the beginning of the film, if you listen carefully to the tuba and tambourine zombies in the town bandstand, they are playing notes from the gonk, the mall music from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I did notice that. I noticed. I was like, that sounds familiar.
Huh. That's cool.
Hey, there's 2 tambourine zombies. I didn't realize that till now. That's cool as fuck.
Well, it's not a party unless there's 2 tambourines. Anyway, George A. Romero was so impressed with Simon Pegg Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead that he asked them to appear in this, the 4th part of his Dead series, and they appear as the photo booth zombies in the carnival and barroom sequence. They also feature prominently in the artwork for the unrated director's cut, which Johnny D has right there with him.
I'd say probably that's because with their film, they didn't really fuck with his formula at all. They kind of stuck true to the normal Romero.
I'm surprised we didn't cover that with going on all the Romeros. Like, that could have been like one of the funny.
We've already done Shaun.
We did it.
Did we?
Yeah.
I must not. I know I was. I'll say I wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, I do not remember doing that. I feel like I would.
You and I were not on this yet.
No, that's all right. That was a different show then.
Yeah,
it was. It really was. It was such a different thing. The zombie of Tom Savini's biker character who was killed in Dawn of the Dead can be seen in one of the scenes.
What do they call him? What was his zombie name?
Machete Zombie.
It was just Machete Zombie?
Yeah, because they couldn't use his character name from Dawn of the Dead because there are 2 different studios.
What was the character's name? What was his character in Dawn of the Dead, though? Do you remember?
I can't remember right offhand. I think it might be.
Was it Razor?
I don't.
No.
Did he have I don't think he had.
I thought it was something to do with like a knife or something like that, but it was just.
Was it Switchblade? No.
I can hear Bobby, by the way.
Yeah, I can hear Bobby. That is so weird.
I can hear all of you.
What the hell is? Because I swear they like in the documentary on the DVD, like they put up that name, but I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember. That was cool. I always thought he didn't have a name, but now I don't remember if he did.
Well, it could be Machete Zombie now, just because obviously that's what he comes out and fucking starts hacking.
Yeah, this is true.
And that was pretty cool too.
Right.
Sorry, got a little bit of the burps going on. George A. Romero's daughter appears in the film. She is the soldier who shoots the zombie on the electrified fence.
Oh, the one that like pretends to look down the sight a little bit? Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was one of those like funny cheese moments.
He's just labeled as motorcycle raider.
Motorcycle Raider. Okay. Thank you, boss man.
Yeah. An amputee played the legless zombie climbing the back of the Dead Reckoning. His name is David Campbell and was also in Dawn of the Dead as a squished zombie. The 2004 zombie, Dawn of the Dead, by the way.
Okay. I was like,
oh, it's probably when the buses came out and
the Schneider version.
Yep.
This movie's Pittsburgh premiere was at the Byham Theater, which used to be called the Fulton Theater. This theater, when it was still the Fulton, was the same theater where Night of the Living Dead premiered in 1968.
Well, hell yeah. Nice, dude.
And they're all about the loyalty there, which is a great thing.
Mm-hmm. In later interviews, George Romero implied that Dennis Hopper's cigar budget cost more than the original Night of the Living Dead.
So then that means that man only smokes like Cubans and the high end shit.
You got Dennis.
Oh yeah, dude, Dennis Hopper. Come on, yeah.
Which Cubans are wonderful. By the way.
Did anybody want to watch Mario after watching Leguizamo and Hopper in the same? Just me.
I've actually never seen that.
Really?
Neither have I. It made me want to watch.
You're still
Chainsaw
young though.
too.
I can understand that. Chad and I are closer than that. We are. So
it made me want to watch Chainsaw too.
Fair enough.
I remember when I saw it when it came out, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, it really doesn't look that close to the Mario Brothers games.
Oh, it's not. It's not by any fucking means.
Right.
It's one of those weird ones where it's just, yeah. You just gotta kind of take it as it is.
I'll have to watch it because, I mean, you're talking to the guy that loves Howard the Duck, and it's a terrible movie.
Duck titties.
Fantastic film. I don't know what you're talking about.
Best Marvel film ever. What the fuck, dude?
It's the only real Marvel film.
It's the only Marvel film we'll ever get titties. Yeah, it's the only Marvel film we'll ever get titties in. Just saying.
Well, give me a second. I gotta.
You sure about that?
Wait.
Was there any in
Deadpool?
Blade 2? Deadpool. Yeah.
Obviously, Stan Lee in the Titty Club.
That was so great.
I bet that was his favorite little.
I was just thinking the same thing. That was probably his favorite cameo.
He could have died right there. He would have been like, "I saw titties. I'm good."
Titties. Anyways.
George Romero intended to make this film in his hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The story is set there, and it's where he's made his other zombie films. However, the producers insisted on filming in Toronto, Ontario, in order to take advantage of Canadian tax incentives, creating a setting that retains Pittsburgh geography with physical locations of Toronto that have been altered to look like Pittsburgh.
Huh. Interesting.
So,
and of course, it's pretty obvious when they're talking about
everything
Uniontown.
Yeah, everything that they say is actual physical locations, which is why
like Uniontown, Mount Washington.
But all those exterior shots are so cool.
And it shows a map, and it shows like the point where the three rivers come together.
So when they say when they talk about Mount Washington overlooking the city and stuff, like that's accurate. That's all real. So whenever I'm like, hey, you know where that's at. You can visualize, like, it makes sense.
I'm jealous that I can't. I can't enjoy that like you guys can. Damn,
they get all the good stuff.
We do. Okay. The view of the zombies rising from out of the river is an homage to the classic scene from Carnival of Souls where the dead rise out of the Great Salt Lake before the dance sequence.
Did I see Carnival of Souls? I don't think so.
I like that scene.
Even if you haven't seen it, I guarantee you know the scene. You've seen it.
So then I would say I probably have seen the scene, but the movie
everywhere whenever it first came out.
All right.
Yeah.
There were 4 titles before Land of the Dead was chosen: Dead City, Dead Reckoning, Twilight of the Dead, and Night of the Living Dead, Dead Reckoning.
Twilight of the Dead will be the last film in the series.
Yes.
I like the title Land of the Dead better.
Yeah,
it was because it was like
he really liked Dead Reckoning, didn't he?
He really he named that.
Or the producers did.
He named that the vehicle.
Yeah, that's the vehicle.
But was it the vehicle before, like they couldn't use the title, or was it?
I think it was always supposed to be the name of the vehicle, and he was just going to use that as the title as well.
Fair enough.
I think George Romero used the vehicle more as like a Trojan horse plot element, than anything. Kind of as like a representation of the group of people as their way into the other world of the higher ups. Because John Leguizamo uses that as kind of like leverage to get his way into that type of class of high society life. So again, that's George Romero's Trojan horse of the film.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes, but unlike the Trojan horse, it failed.
Yes.
Well,
they don't even end up
go in
using
the city.
fucking
Went
thing.
out.
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, they do.
It's what happens when you have a hole in a
Not for
Trojan.
the same reasons.
Yeah, but the problems are in the city, isn't it?
What's that?
The real problem's in the city, though. And that's the
At
people.
that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think the zombies are a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Not if you look at everything as a metaphor.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Yeah.
I mean, the zombies were doing already the work. You didn't even need to at that point, but.
Okay, continuing on.
Yeah.
A non-union zombie would make $9 per hour Canadian, while a union zombie for a minimum of 8 hours would make $158 Canadian.
Damn, I want to be the Canadian.
Damn. That's impressive.
Perfect.
So that's about like what, like $1 American?
Something like that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know now.
I don't remember. I don't know what the 2005 exchange rate was like.
Yeah, right. You'd have to,
I'm pretty sure the Canadian dollar was shit back then.
Probably.
I believe so. Like you can go up and spend fucking dick and get a lot. Especially up in, I don't know if you guys ever went to like Niagara Falls and stuff,
But the tower is this film's basement, or this film's mall, or this film's cave.
Farmhouse?
Yeah.
Everything. It's everything from all the films rolled into one.
Yep.
Okay, the opening credits includes a montage detailing the zombie outbreak leading up to the events of the film, with black and white footage and radio broadcasts depicting the infections spread over the earth. Some of the images come from Night of the Living Dead, portraying the beginning of the outbreak. Romero wanted to use more footage from the other two films of the series up to that point, but was unable to due to complications with the rights of this film. This is because each of his zombie films has been produced by a different studio. This can also be seen in the credits for Tom Savini's cameo in the film. He is the undead version of the character played in Dawn, named Blades, Johnny.
Yeah!
But he can only be credited in this film as Machete Zombie.
Fair enough.
I knew it was in here somewhere.
Bullshit. Blades. Thank you, buddy.
Bullshit to me.
You're welcome.
I knew
it was in here.
Fucking saw something. Right.
Simon Baker took on his role in the film because he'd never appeared in a horror movie before and wanted to work with George Romero.
Understandable.
Fucking
seems like a fun person to work with.
Bub, the zombie from Day of the Dead, makes an appearance at the beginning of the film. When Cholo is taking the box of champagne from the fridge, it's Bub that lunges at him. You can see his collar still intact from the original Day of the Dead.
What?
I was so not paying attention. I've never
go back and rewatch it. You can see it.
Now I gotta watch it again.
Which kind of pisses me off because now Bub's dead.
Yeah, didn't he? The guy who played it, didn't he die how long after this movie? Or no?
Oh no, he just died recently. I meant the actual character of Bub.
Yeah, so he got killed by Leguizamo with an arrow through the chin.
Yeah, the guy that played Bub died last year, the year before, I think.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rewatching it. I'm gonna have to just restart it again once it gets to the end here. So.
George Romero is the voice that can be heard as one of the puppets in the children's show saying, "Take that, you smelly zombie."
Hell yeah.
I like the after shot of the puppets too. Once the zombies are attacking the city there.
I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, it was. They did an after shot where you see people's legs run in front of it, and they're just kind of like flopped over on the side. But.
Dennis Hopper and Robert Joy previously appeared in Waterworld. In that movie, Hopper's character licks his thumb and touches his rifle's sight right before taking a shot. It's also a signature quirk of Charlie, Robert Joy's character, in this movie.
Oh, that's awesome. I wonder if that trick actually works.
I don't know.
Gonna have to find out.
It seems like it because you get the moisture on the barrel.
That does seem like that'd be an old like sniper trick, yeah.
Right. My good.
Okay. Fiddler's Green is a song about the place where cavalrymen go when they die, located halfway down the trail to hell, and in the end advocates suicide by pistol when death is certain and the hostiles are closing in. Fiddler's Green possibly originated in England, at least to the 19th century, and is still sung today. The song speaks of a place where fishermen go if they don't go to hell. It found its way to the U.S. with the help of Cornish settlers. The fictional place of Fiddler's Green is also the final resting place for pirates.
Damn.
Okay.
Until yesterday, I had no idea there was that much history with just the place Fiddler's Green.
That's a lot of history right there.
Yeah, I legit thought it was just something they just pulled out of their ass.
I have to agree with that. Damn.
The first trailer for this film used clips not just from Night of the Living Dead, but also from Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. Although Night is in the public domain, both Dawn and Day are owned by separate companies, neither of which had given permission for the use of the footage in the trailer. To avoid legal troubles, this trailer was quickly pulled from distribution and hasn't been officially shown since.
Isn't it amazing? You're the director of all those movies, yet you can't even use your own shit.
Right? It's kind of like a kick in the nuts, pretty much.
A kick in the nuts. I think they took your nuts and hung them on the wall and said, fuck this.
Threw them up against the wall like a piece of wet bologna.
The success of Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead led Universal to greenlight a fourth installment of George A. Romero's zombie series. Like I said, that's how we came up with this. And finally, George Romero wrote a rejected script draft for a zombie horror movie version of Resident Evil in 1998, which featured popular characters from the original game, among them Albert Wesker. Sean Roberts, who plays Mike in this film, would later be cast as Wesker and appear in the sequels Resident Evil Afterlife, Retribution, and The Final Chapter.
Oh, shit.
Fun series. That's all I got to say.
I still can't make it past the third one, buddy.
I don't think I made it past the first one.
But like I said, I have reasons I can't watch anything past that. So,
I'm not saying it's a fantastic series, but it's a fun series.
I think I've only seen the first one, so I can't say much beyond that.
It's not bad.
Although the new hype is now there's people that want one more just for the flex of they want Alice fighting
big titty lady. Zombie or big titty vampire lady.
Big titty goth vampire. We need Cameron here. I don't know what the hell her last name is. Lady
Damascus.
Yeah, something.
Is that what it is? Thank you, sir. All right.
Onward.
That is all I got, gentlemen.
All righty.
All right.
So let's see. Big questions. I feel like this movie is pretty straightforward. But why the fuck?
I didn't write down it.
Why the hell did that one kid just keep going around on a skateboard? That seems like the dumbest fucking thing if you're going to be out there by yourself.
Not just that, why was he listening to music with headphones on in the middle of the night where a zombie could easily creep up on him?
Because you got to kill people in order to make money on horror films. And whenever producers say you got to pad it with more kills with George, he does.
Why do they got to blame it on the dude just smoking weed? And then that's why.
Because it's mid 2000s horror film and you have to have the guy smoking weed dying for a stupid reason.
That's true.
Yeah, but
this isn't Cabin in the Woods.
She was smoking weed and she lived. So
who?
Ozzy Argento.
Oh well, that's forgivable. I mean, it's okay.
Main character.
Oh, that's forgivable.
Fair enough.
So you're saying she's hot enough that she can do whatever she wants?
Yes. That's a fair answer. But no, the skateboard thing really bothered me because I'm just like, even when he just to move like a 3 feet, he's like skateboard. And I'm like, nobody would do that.
Unless you're a skater. Even then.
Yeah, but if you're by yourself and there's potential zombies all around, I don't know. First of all, my ass would have checked that shed way fucking harder than that dude actually did.
I think I want to disagree with you because my friend Gene would have done something like that back in the day. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming this was supposed to be a younger recruit, obviously. What was his name? Mouse?
Mouse.
Mouse, yeah. So,
I'd be on the skateboard with a bat ready to take some heads. Come on.
But other than that, I don't think I really have any other questions. I think there wasn't anything that I could really think super deep on or weird, unless you guys got any.
I don't think this was the movie to dig really deep in with the questions. So,
yeah, I couldn't think of any while I was watching it.
I mean, I like that the zombies in itself, especially with Big Daddy. Would you say this is the most zombies you could actually cheer for in any of the zombie movies?
Yes,
because it's kind of like their own little village battalion, like seeking revenge, essentially.
I was kind of rooting for the zombies in Day of the Dead too, because I didn't really care about any of the characters except for like.
Oh, there was a lot of asshole
There's
characters.
like 3 people we liked. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
no,
the boy, the alcoholic, and the girl.
Yeah, that's a good movie. No, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I think we can move it on to the big old questions.
I
think
say
we can.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
What's the first one?
What format? Format, and how did we watch it?
I think we already kind of talked about that.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We definitely discussed it way earlier in discussion.
I gotta say, I do want to say that for that being a early 2000s DVD, like the video format, the video quality is actually really, really good.
Yeah, it's nice to watch it on a 4K.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not Blu-ray 4K quality, but it was damn close.
No, you get the sweet 4.3, but it's all right. It got its job done.
And I'd say it did its job much better than I expected it to do.
I don't know about you, but does it ever make you want to watch it? Like, kind of go how Cameron's going with the whole VCR thing?
Yo, that boy in his VCR.
Oh
no, fair.
I can get it from his point of view because he never really grew up with that, but I did, and most of us did, and that just seems like a major step back that I don't want to take.
Fair enough.
I dealt with, well, as we all did here, I dealt with VHS from very early on before we had DVD. I couldn't.
Bobby, did you ever have the separate rewinder?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you? Yeah.
We had that. We went through, we had the separate rewinder. We went through the combos. I don't know how many VHS.
I had a combo right behind me, actually, dude, against the other wall right now.
I think I still have
Johnny.
one too.
Johnny, what was the first VCR you guys had?
Like the brand?
Like basically, yeah. What was it like? We didn't even have VHS originally. My dad bought us fucking Betamax.
Betamax? Okay.
We had Beta.
My aunt had Betamax, so that's how I knew about that shit. But our first VCR, oh fuck, dude. I want to say it was like a Magnavox or something. It wasn't even, it was a 2-head. It wasn't even they didn't have the 4 one yet. Dude, I remember going in rewind, dude. That thing sounds like it was going to blow up every fucking time. You're just like, oh God, dude, I'm going to leave the room.
Ours had the remote control that was like wired to it. So it wasn't even a true remote control.
Jesus Christmas. Oh man, that's going back. All righty. So
onward.
Yeah, what else we got?
Brody.
Douche of the movie.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper's
I don't even think it's a question.
character.
Dennis
Kaufman. There you go.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper's character.
All right.
By the way, the Kaufman family is a very prestigious Pittsburgh family, by the way. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They used to have a chain of department stores like Macy's until Macy's bought them out.
Most famous would be Lloyd Kaufman of Troma and Corey Kaufman of Project Louder.
Nice shout out.
And you guys can all visit them.
And then, of course, Andy.
Yes.
Andy Kaufman.
World's best female wrestler. Women's wrestler, sorry.
He's not joking, Bobby. He wrestled women.
I know.
Yes, he did.
You want to watch a really good documentary about him? Watch I'm From Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's mostly about it's almost entirely about his wrestling career. It's really good.
Him and Jerry the King Lawler started riots.
Oh God. I can only imagine.
Yeah, that was what, 80s? Early 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Memphis.
Before my time. All right.
Of course.
So favorite
now we're on
kill.
favorite kill, guys. And there was a lot. There was too many to keep track of in this movie.
Yeah, that's
when you get down to all the people getting mauled
I'm trying
in the
to
streets.
So I'm gonna have to say favorite kill just because I think it was one of my favorite effects was the head skin face rip.
I did
You
like
guys
that.
remember
Yeah,
that?
that was a good one.
Where it was like straight from the teeth and just right over the whole fucking dome piece. It looked wet. It looked nasty. Had a very moist feel to it.
I'm going to have to agree with John on that because that was just too goddamn gnarly.
It kind of reminded me of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, actually.
A little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
Actually, for my favorite kill, I'm going to go with the soldier who had the grenade in his hand, and the zombie with the cleaver chopped his hand off.
Oh yeah,
and then he fell on his own grenade and blew up.
That's pretty fucked.
Talk about a shitty way of going out,
right? That's Child Play 3 shit right there.
What about the dude that gets ripped in half?
Oh,
there was a couple.
You get to see a silhouette.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was
the head ripped, like
the head ripped silhouette fatality. Too. Yeah,
that was awesome.
I almost wish we saw that, but the silhouette definitely was like it left to be intrigued. You're like,
sometimes the artistic direction's the best.
I almost went with that, but I loved the explosion.
No, I agree with John. The face rip, that was that reminds me of Chainsaw, the beginning, when he tears his whole skin off and it's like all nice and muscly underneath.
The gore in this was definitely top notch, for sure.
Aside from the CGI gore.
Yeah, so
it wasn't bad.
I'm assuming you're talking about the beheaded preacher where he had his, like, he flung his fucking head. The idea is cool for that, but I could see why it'd be easier to pull off in CGI than animatronic. Although
that actually,
I feel
didn't mind. That I didn't mind, but there was some actual CGI blood, and the part where it was close to the beginning of the film when Big Daddy was holding the one zombie, he had him by the head.
And
Jola's gang came through. Yeah, that was pretty shitty.
Big Daddy, what a great zombie.
Mm-hmm.
I love that his fucking name, dude.
You know, Big Daddy always makes me think of the one Simpsons episode where they were doing the spinoffs, and it was Principal Skinner and Chief Wiggum got their own spinoff. They ended up as like a buddy cop movie in. They ended up like a buddy cop movie in and not Las Vegas. But anyhow, the local crime boss was called Big Daddy, and he kidnapped Ralph Wiggum, and they saw Chief Wiggum in the streets, and Ralph goes, "Look, Big Daddy, there's regular Daddy." It's just this really stupid thing, and it works better when you see it than me telling it.
Nice. Fuck yeah, dude.
No, Brody, it wasn't Miami. It was oh shit.
Was it?
New Orleans. New Orleans. That's where they were, Brody.
New Orleans.
Yeah, it was Miami. They were New Orleans. That was it. New Orleans.
So that brings us to
best scene. I love the the cage zombie.
When the zombies come out of the water and first start going into the city, and then the wide shot of the city blowing up from Mount Washington. Mwah.
My favorites,
cool stuff.
The cage zombie scenes, because I would have definitely
I hope Bobby's talking right now.
I am.
He is.
He is.
He's talking about the cage zombie scenes. He liked that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene was when all the rich people were kind of backed up against the electric fence, and the zombies were coming for them, and Dead Reckoning was coming to save them, and they got there just a little too late.
I'm gonna okay. You know what? I'm gonna take that scene, but continue it just to the fact of the little bit of hope when they see Dead Reckoning shoot the fireworks, and the zombies all look up, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah," and then they're all just like, "Nope, fuck you," and that just go. That was definitely a just complete fucked moment, and the fact that dude just kept saying, he's like, "We're fucked." It's like, yeah. Says it like it is.
You know how they say there's always that one person who said it. Like, yep, that's him.
I mean, I could almost say the entire third act from where TJ just said they come out of the water to like them taking all over the green, dude. Like that shit was just money all the time. Like them taking over what do you want to call it? The epicenter there.
Fiddler's Green.
Well, I'm saying like the shopping mall area, like that. It's not necessarily a shopping mall, but yeah, I guess that's all Fiddler's Green. But all right,
The upper echelon of Cunts Center.
Ooh, so opening scene.
Oh yeah, certainly hooked in.
Okay, okay, well, yeah. Let's comment on that basic bitch credits. Those were Poop Town, and never do that again. But the opening pan shot, like I've already said, is
of the town.
fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, you get introduced to all, like you said, the main zombies who are going to follow throughout the movie. The good guys of the zombie squad, let's say.
Who you would never think that you would say, but it's true.
Right. It's crazy, like how much, like, it's interesting to like how much smarter Big Daddy is, though, in comparison to the rest of them. And like, but the
you also don't understand how long he's been converted.
Correct.
Yeah.
But like the fact that he could just teach them a little bit and then they all start to learn right. Like,
well, look how quickly Bub learned.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many different things did Daddy learn on the way here? You know what I mean? Especially with the gun, the jackhammer. Like, they showed it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dude's got some brains.
But yeah, those credits, the beginning credits were
shite.
They're bad.
Yeah,
I guess it gives you like a quick catch up if you've never watched any of the fucking
but
I like
Dead
ketchup.
Series. But yeah, you like ketchup?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, but not
remember
this
purple ketchup?
Yeah, green
ketchup. Yeah, ew. It's weird.
Catsup, as my grandmother calls it. Catsup.
That was probably around the same time of this movie, 2005.
Yeah, good time.
Probably.
That was a weird time. It was just a weird time, dude.
Boomerang still existed.
Yeah. So best tits, hottest girl, best dick.
Asia,
best dude.
Oh,
Asia, and I'm gonna have to go with Leguizamo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna disagree with you. I've ever since I first saw it, I was like Pretty Boy.
Who's that?
The blonde girl that drove Dead Reckoning.
Oh,
Argento for me, and just because he's a douche, but he's also a legend, Mr. Hopper.
Fair. He's a handsome older man.
That he is, and he looks good.
money.
And he looks good with the goatee and without.
I gotta go with Leguizamo though.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll be going the sugar daddy route.
Yeah,
damn right I did.
Oh, so we're kind of split down the middle, literally.
All right.
You're damn right I went the sugar daddy route.
I'm not going. I'm asking, is Bobby going the sugar daddy route?
Oh, I thought you said you were.
Oh no, fuck that.
Hey, absolutely. I need me a sugar daddy or a sugar mama.
Thing is, like Leguizamo would take care of you. I feel like Hopper,
Yeah.
once he's done with you, you're fucked.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
Polo
okay.
got a little extra love in his eye.
I'm cool. I'm
Right.
cool with that.
as long as you got his back, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I'd have more than his back, but anyway.
yeah,
Brody says the big Samoan dude.
yeah. What the hell was his name?
Pillsbury.
That is a great name.
There's a fucking cosplay, dude. I could do. Holy shit!
Pillsbury.
I'm Pillsbury from Land of the Dead. Wow, that's a fucking shit.
Oh boy.
Holy fuck! Love you, Brody. Thank you for that. Oh man. So score. Set the mood.
Yeah, I would say it did. I mean,
It fit the movie. It fit the movie really well.
It's not as good as previous Dead films, especially Day of the Dead or even baby Dawn of the Dead score. Those are hard to touch.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is nowhere close. I don't remember a single track. Especially it's not Safari. Ooh da, ooh da da da, ooh da.
I can shoot the drums.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's epic. I gotta say, Dawn of the Dead does have to be an absolutely perfect film. So
It is. Yeah. Like it captures everything. It's so good.
We have discussed this. We know
Boys?
the true.
Is Bobby answering? I can't tell. Let me look.
yes, he was agreeing.
Okay.
How can
See if his lips are moving or not.
I say I hear everybody fine.
We got you, Bob. You're good.
He needs subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it like Godzilla.
There is closed captions if you watch this on Facebook played back.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So, oh man.
So I guess that kind of NA's best song. I don't remember there being any songs.
I don't
at all.
remember any part of the soundtrack.
So far, the soundtrack credits that I can see, there's like 4 songs, and none of us would know any of this shit. So, yeah, NA.
Nah,
Yes,
bro.
Brody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
yeah.
bro.
Favorite character?
Big Daddy.
Go with,
Big Daddy.
Slack. I mean, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with
Slack.
Asia. He's going with.
Oh. I can remember her name.
You know what? I'm going to go with Charlie, Robert Joy's character.
Good stuff.
I'm going. That's funny because we're all going different routes. I'm picking Cholo.
I mean,
yeah, there you go.
I'm picking the main.
Bobby picks.
The guy's been stepped on. The guy who's been stepped on so many times. He finally said, "You know what? Fuck you. You're taking. You're not going to give me what I want.
Cholo
I'm taking
went
the thing that's
solo.
most precious to you." Yeah, Han Cholo. He's Han Cholo.
Oh my God.
Fucking A, dude.
But yeah, I'm going with Big Daddy Zombie because this movie, I was like, man, that's the first time I like looked at a zombie. I'm like, I like him. That's my zombie.
Right? I think he liked him a little too much.
He really screamed. Maybe
he wants to call him Big Daddy.
How you doing?
I would say he definitely screamed out for a lot of his fellow zombie losses as we went through here.
He did. He did.
Yes, he did.
See why you could feel for that. Was it scary, gentlemen?
I mean, desensitized.
When I watched it as a kid, I didn't think it was that scary.
I don't think so.
Yeah. This felt more actiony.
Yeah.
Than anything.
An action film with zombies and gore.
Yep. So nay.
So it's kind of like is kind of like in the Resident Evil vein.
Which still, why the fuck did that trailer have goddamn
goddamn son?
God damn it. Does it hold up today, gentlemen?
Yeah. I mean,
I'd say for the most part.
Yeah, I can't say if I would want to redo it like in general. So I would say it holds up.
In hindsight, okay, I'm just going to go on a little rant. Compared to Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and some of the more metaphorical things that George Romero does with some of his plot points and plot elements, I think that this isn't as it's not as direct as some of the other ones, and I don't think it utilizes that sort of metaphorical style that he has with his writing as well. And that's mainly probably because of producers, the other people meddling in his work, where therefore the other previous work is more so him and him being able to really do his vision within the confines of the budget that he summed up, whether that was from Italy or not. But yeah, I think that this film just kind of falls flat on the mark, mainly because of the atmosphere it was made in, is the mid 2000s, and everybody knows that it was kind of a dull year for horror anyway. Not a lot of bangers came out between 2000 and 2010, in my opinion, but that's the darkening. I've referred to that time period on the show before, and this film's definitely one of those victims. And I think that even a director like George Romero fell victim to the 2000s horror problems.
Yeah. Again, that's studio interference. It has nothing to do with him as a filmmaker.
I will say that I do like the films made in Italy and other countries, early 2000s, a lot more than American films made at the same time period.
Again, same reasons. They didn't have the studio interference that we have over here. Mm-hmm. In the 2000s, it's all about product placement and
right. You got 20 different
like it's commercialized.
Producers. You got 20 different producers that all want their own fucking thing on the shit, and it's just
Halloween Resurrection.
Yep. You know what? How about we see this? How about this? You know what I mean? And if that's where the money's asking. And that's where it's coming from. They got to do it. So
unfortunately,
well, the fact that there's different cuts of this film shows that they're meddling. So
right,
and the cuts are significantly different. I share with you guys a link that was a cut comparison, and there's as far as alternate takes and up to 12 extended or added shots between the cuts, and that shows you that there was intense meddling from the producers. So I'm not saying Romero's at fault here, that maybe if he had more control of this film, that maybe it would be as memorable as Dawn, Day, and Night. And I mean, Chad, we are doing Diary, correct?
Yes. Diary is coming up August 9th, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like I said to you guys, that one feels more in the Romero sense, even with being a cam style.
It's because he went back to the way he used to do things.
Right. Lower budget.
Yes.
And yeah. And it's not that you can't see Romero's film style in this.
No, it's
movie.
there.
It's
and
there.
It's prevalent.
It's
right.
very
It's just
much there.
Very.
It's just
Muddied with early 2000s.
it's just covered in a lot of
garbage.
extra shit that unfortunately is just it's got to be hosed off.
With studio shit that was like, okay.
Does it hold up today? I would say soft yes.
Yeah, very, very soft, like flaccid. Like somebody give this guy a Blue Chew.
So like I just drank way too much whiskey and this is not going to happen.
Yeah, you're not getting up anytime soon.
Gotcha. It's a sad night.
Oh, wow.
Is the acting good or bad, gentlemen?
The acting's phenomenal, especially by a one Asia Argento. Was she dubbed? We don't know because her English is not that good.
She has to be. She has to be.
I'm sure she was. I don't think there's a way she couldn't be.
I will say, if she's dubbed, it was actually done very well.
Right.
To the point
not
that
as good as Pieces, though.
Oh, yeah. That was the best. Are you kidding me?
The Spaniards can sure dub a fucking movie.
That and fucking Zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a real bad dub. But yeah, I mean, I'd say the acting was pretty good.
Yeah, I would give the acting an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Wow.
Dennis Hopper, I'll give an 11. He dialed it up.
All right, yeah.
For all
Two
the right
thumbs up, by the
purposes,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, speaking of 2 thumbs up, Roger Ebert actually gave this 4 out of 5 stars.
Really?
I did find that out. Yes.
Huh.
It's on the Wikipedia page.
Huh. What was he smoking?
Well, he liked it because of the whole political satire aspect of it, in terms of the intent of it. He got it more than we did. But yeah, he actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I like again Dawn. Dawn just does so good, especially with the way they touch on consumerism and stuff. But to each his own.
Right.
Not exactly. I've never been one to agree with Mr. Ebert anyway.
Yeah, after all, he hated Friday the 13th. Wait, was it him or the other guy that published Betsy Palmer's home address?
No, it was him.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Who wants to take cinematography today?
Ooh. Well, we've said it a million times already, dude. It's base 2000s shit. There's really nothing there.
There's a couple cool stuff. There's a couple cool shots, right?
Right. Okay. So what? And I think you might have mentioned this before, but when the zombies are overtaking the city and Hopper's looking down from his penthouse, and you see the intersections like blowing up.
Yes, I mentioned
closer. Like
so
that was a cool shot.
You're firing on us. That's not us. God damn it, they got through.
Like, yeah, you have no right. And just obviously any of the zombie attacks, like that shit was money because this is our 4th one in. You know what I mean? Like he knows what he's doing for that. Can't imagine the execs fucked that much on that part of it, but
I did like a lot of the shots where it showed the tower like from below and it's all lit up and everything around it is just dark.
Right. And just to feel how much more massive and like just them standing over everybody else in Roger gave Pesci. Oh fuck.
Although I can't understand why people didn't just move into the other buildings around it. They were empty. They were dark.
Right.
No power.
If there's if they had power to the drawbridge, they could have had power to at least one other building.
Fair enough.
He's got a point there. Yeah, I don't have too much to think of any other like I think John said it best. Early 2000s.
Yeah, there's
with a few good things.
It feels like it could have been almost straight to DVD in some
At times it did feel like that.
Yeah. So that's why I asked when you saw this in theater, like, how was that experience? You know what I mean? Just because that could change the whole vibe of it. That can make it a lot better. I don't know, man. I can't think of any other shots besides those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's meh. It's not your typical. It is your typical 2000s film, and that's the problem with it. So we'll say that. Yeah. That's all I can really say is it's a product of its time. There's a handful of shots where you're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool, or that's Romero-esque, but it's definitely not on board, and it's not the same crew as he had before. So it definitely looks and feels completely different. So premise, boys, I think we've talked about it for the last hour, and I think. We all like this premise. It's very similar to other Romero plots, but definitely Hollywooded up here.
It's the continuation of the series perfectly. Like,
if it was smaller in scope, I think it could have been done better in a more clever way. I think if the writing was stronger, the film could be a better way. It's just the way it was presented and the time it came out.
Right. Just spend more budget on Hopper.
Story's great.
Yeah.
Less budget on Hopper, more budget on
everything else.
I don't know.
Lights.
Lights.
Camera.
Yeah. Fair.
That would have been nice.
This is 2005. Dark times.
Darkening.
Make this movie 10 years after. It'll be okay.
Oh, I think
2011 and up.
Mm.
Well, what was Diary of the Dead was 2011, I believe, right? Or was that 2009?
I think it's 2009.
So it was still in that period at the very tail end of it.
Well, it was right at the beginning of the found footage craze. So
2007, actually.
Oh, was it really?
Wow, 2 years after this fucking holy shit.
Huh.
Hey, recycle, rewind, or remake. See, I'm gonna rewind, but not too much.
Once every 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
This isn't done.
I'd rewind it, but definitely not something I would think of a monthly thing. No.
I can think of a lot of other worse zombie movies than this, so it's a definite rewind.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it was good enough because I ordered the Scream Factory Blu-ray. It was on sale. It's only $17.99, and I just want to see all the extra, all the new interviews and stuff that they have.
Word. Nice.
Anyway, Dream of the Dead on there with a little bit of stuff. It'd be cool to see what the fuck that is, and then we can talk about it another time. Yeah. So somebody's gonna have to tell me about Bobby's score, whatever the fuck that ends up being. So all John, start us off.
I'm gonna give this a 3.4.
Chad?
I'm actually gonna go just slightly lower and go 3.2.
What's Bobby's?
I'm sticking with Chad at 3.2.
Bobby's at 3.2.
He said 3.2.
I'm going to give it a 3.8.
Oh wow,
shooting high.
There's a Gore N More score of 3.4.
Oh,
yeah. I think that's. I would say that's fair.
4 out of 5 for.
Hey, what's it? What was the final score of Alien 3, by the way?
3.8.
3.8.
Nice.
Which I feel very fair on that. Yeah.
Very fair.
Oh yeah.
If we watch the theatrical version, probably a little lower.
Yes.
Way lower.
But I'm sad you weren't there for that one, dude, because I know you definitely
not as sad as I am, because I was really looking forward to it.
Chad misses all the Aliens episodes.
He's got
a lot to talk about.
That's the only one. That's the only one I missed.
I thought you missed Aliens.
Nah, he was on here for Aliens.
Steve was with us because I made a shitty Vasquez joke.
No. I was there for Aliens. I think John wasn't there.
No, I was there because I was in the fucking Vasquez bandana and the fucking beater.
I know. Was
I not here for Aliens then?
You haven't talked about Xenomorph since the first film.
I think you were here for the first one. I think you missed out on Aliens.
Because the first one was our first live stream because I did a warning thing. And then for the first 15 minutes, I forgot to turn off the alarm.
Yeah, because Bobby wasn't there for it.
Yeah.
Because Bobby messaged us saying, you guys know you have an alarm going off over top of you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Hey, dude.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That was great.
Yeah, the Nostromo was going to fucking blow up, and we were fucking chit-chatting about our weeks.
We got hung up at the water cooler.
Yeah. So next week, guys, what do we got?
The Legend of Hell House.
The Legend of Hell House. That is a 1973 film, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
You can find that on Apple, Vudu, Amazon, all that good shebang.
Is it on Shudder?
I
did not check, boss man. I could give it.
I didn't see it when I was on there earlier today, but I wasn't looking for it either.
I will be on vacation next week, but I should still be attending Gore N More. Yeah, so that will be fun. My backdrop, I won't be as well lit and everything. Well, maybe I will be. But yeah, we'll see how things go next week, but we'll definitely get content out to you guys. And of course, you know where to fucking find it, and you can find it on the best goddamn website around, and that's projectlouder.net, your source for pop culture and so much more. And you can find other great podcasts such as the Big Bad Beetle Bros podcast, Fatality, a Mortal Kombat retrospective, Ghoulies Unflushed, and an unofficial official podcast for Ghoulies, the TJ Bowser Power Hour, Wrestling Ruined, where they discuss the worst years of wrestling, Rabbit Hole, Lights Camera, Exploitation, the Machine Shop, hosted by our very own Bobby Amon, Wicked Wednesday, hosted by Tisa Wicked. And I think that's about all of them. There's so much content. You can find that on anywhere you listen to audio only content. And also go follow us on YouTube and Twitch at Project Louder. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, the Lady Arouser, signing off.
This is your Chad Daddy, the Chad, saying, I'll see you next week, bitches.
This is Big Johnny D signing out.
This is your killing machine, Bobby Amon, saying, I'll see you guys soon.